What if I told you that the sunscreen you generously apply every single morning to protect yourself might be silently destroying your health? And what if the very thing you have been desperately running away from is actually the exact biological miracle your body is screaming for? Right now, you are being taught to hide from the sun in absolute fear. You are being told by $1 billion industry that the sun is your worst enemy, and that cholesterol is a deadly villain waiting to stop your heart. But the horrifying truth is, by blindly following this advice, you are starving your cells of the most powerful steroid hormone in human existence. They refuse to tell you this, but today we are going to expose the trap. I am going to show you the brutal truth about what is really happening inside your body when you step into the sunlight, and why this hidden molecular biology is the ultimate key to reverse aging and heal at the root. Let us start with the absolute biggest lie in modern medicine. Vitamin D is not a vitamin. I need you to understand this concept immediately. When you take a cheap, over-the-counter supplement or eat artificially fortified cereal, you are not getting a simple little vitamin. You are playing with a highly complex pre-hormone. In other words, it is the fundamental raw material your body uses to manufacture one of its most essential chemical messengers. For decades, we have been told to aggressively lower our cholesterol at all costs. We have been terrified of fats. But here is what the medical establishment tries to conceal. Cholesterol is the vital precursor to this entire miraculous biochemical reaction. Imagine your skin as a massive, intelligent solar panel. Right beneath the surface of your skin, there is a specific derivative of cholesterol known as 7-dehydrocholesterol. It is just quietly sitting there, waiting for a very specific spark. When ultraviolet B rays from the blazing sun finally hit your bare, unprotected skin, a spectacular photochemical reaction occurs. The sheer energy from the sun literally breaks open the cholesterol ring. In a mere fraction of a second, the sun transforms that vilified, hated cholesterol into a precursor called cholecalciferol. This is not some unproven alternative theory or a simple placebo effect. This is a highly calculated biochemical reaction happening deep at the cellular level, proven by decades of clinical research. But it does not stop there. The journey of this newly created molecule is a breathtaking masterpiece of molecular biology. Once your skin successfully manufactures this raw material, it instantly enters your bloodstream and travels straight to your liver. Your liver acts as the first major processing plant, taking this precursor and carefully converting it into a substance called calciferdiol. However, this is still not the final active form that your body can use. The molecule must then navigate through the blood once again and successfully reach your kidneys. Inside the tiny filters of the kidneys, a specific enzyme performs the final, crucial step, transforming it into calcitriol. Calcitriol is the fully active, incredibly potent steroid hormone that your immune system and your neurons desperately need to function. When I first studied and realized how flawlessly this system was designed by nature, I was absolutely outraged at the widespread sun phobia that has completely taken over our modern society. We currently have millions of people walking around like zombies, completely exhausted, suffering from severe chronic depression, weak bones, and a constantly failing immune system, simply because they are artificially blocking the very first step of this physiological barrier with thick layers of chemical lotions and constantly staying indoors under artificial blue light. They are entirely missing the biological spark. You might be sitting there thinking that simply swallowing a synthetic pill every morning is the exact same thing as stepping out into the natural sunlight. I am here to tell you that it is absolutely not. The oral supplements completely bypass the skin's brilliant natural regulatory system. When you synthesize this hormone naturally through the skin via sunlight, your body utilizes a built-in safety mechanism. It knows exactly when it has enough, and it knows exactly when to stop. It naturally prevents toxicity and ensures the perfect, steady release of the hormone into your bloodstream over time. This natural, evolutionary synthesis is the absolute gold standard for human health. You simply cannot outsmart millions of years of human evolution with a manufactured synthetic pill. And the sun does not just give you this vital pre-hormone. The beautiful sunlight hitting your skin also triggers the immediate release of nitric oxide, which naturally dilates your blood vessels and safely lowers your blood pressure. It powerfully stimulates the production of beta endorphins, which are your body's own natural painkillers and mood elevators. It is a complete, perfect package, a true biological reset for your entire system. You might think the journey to the kidneys is the end of the story. But wait, this is the craziest part. What actually happens when this supercharged steroid hormone finally floods into your bloodstream? It is time to talk about the vitamin D receptor, widely known as the VDR. This is not just some abstract biological concept. The VDR is a highly specialized, complex protein structure found inside almost every single cell in your entire body. From the delicate neurons in your brain to the very core of your lymphatic system, everything is desperately waiting for this exact molecular key. When the fully active hormone finally binds to the VDR, it does not just float around harmlessly. It physically travels straight into the nucleus of your cells and interacts directly with your DNA. This super hormone has the sheer, undeniable power to turn on or turn off over 1,000 different genes. It acts as the ultimate master switch for your entire immune system, forcefully controlling everything from chronic cellular inflammation to bone density and even the chemical balance of your mental health. This is not some temporary placebo effect you feel after drinking a green juice. This is hard, documented clinical research showing how you can literally reprogram your biological responses and reset your entire system from the ground up. Before you even realize it, the lack of this crucial sun-derived hormone begins to systematically break down your natural defenses. It creates a silent, cascading failure throughout your entire biological network. When your VDR remains empty and unactivated for months or even years, your body goes into a state of chronic panic. It starts pulling calcium from your bones just to keep your blood levels stable, leading to invisible structural decay. Your immune system becomes heavily confused, often attacking your own healthy tissues because the master regulatory switch has been flipped off for too long. This is the dark, silent destruction that the medical industry refuses to connect back to your lack of sunlight. They would rather prescribe you a lifetime of expensive immune-suppressing drugs and artificial serotonin boosters than simply tell you to go outside and fix the root cause. The undeniable fact is that human beings were never designed to live under artificial indoor lights, terrified of the open sky. We are biologically wired to thrive under the sun, using our own internal cholesterol as the perfect building blocks for extreme vitality. When this genetic awakening happens through sunlight, your body activates an incredibly powerful cleanup mechanism. It immediately signals your white blood cells, specifically the macrophages, to wake up and start hunting down pathogens and clearing out toxic cellular debris. Imagine your body is like an old, sluggish operating system, filled with toxic glitches and errors. Proper sun exposure is the perfect biological reboot button. It initiates a massive, flawless cellular reset that sweeps away deep-rooted inflammation and actively repairs your damaged physiological barriers. Yet, the commercial sunscreen industry continues to push the terrifying narrative that any unprotected exposure is a lethal threat. They are completely ignoring the fact that chemical sunscreens heavily block the UVB rays, which are the exact rays needed to synthesize this crucial hormone, while often allowing the deeper penetrating UVA rays to still cause dangerous oxidative stress. You are essentially blocking the cure while still inviting the biological damage. So, how do you actually harness this immense power without burning your skin and causing real harm? The gold standard is not roasting in the harsh sun for hours on end. It is about highly smart, calculated, and brief exposure. You need to expose large surface areas of your bare body, like your back, chest, and legs, ideally around midday, when the healing UVB rays are the absolute strongest. You only need about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your specific skin type. You simply want to achieve that very slight pink flush, which strongly signals that the rapid photochemical reaction has successfully taken place, and then you get out of the sun or cover up. By doing exactly this, you are fully activating the biological miracle of natural hormone synthesis, without triggering any long-term DNA damage. You are utilizing the very cholesterol they told you to fear, completely transforming it into the exact medicine your body has been constantly craving. The harsh and undeniable reality is that the sun and your natural cholesterol were never your true enemies. The real enemy is the massive, profit-driven system that benefits heavily from keeping you terrified, chronically sick, and completely disconnected from the natural healing laws of biology. They want you blindly slathering on chemical mixtures that act as endocrine disruptors, while your body slowly starves for the most basic, life-giving light on this planet. It is time to finally wake up from this mass illusion and radically reclaim your inherent health. Will you continue to hide in the shadows, permanently trapped by the fear they manufactured? Or will you bravely step outside and awaken your dormant genes right now? The choice is entirely yours. If this video finally opened your eyes to the scientific truth they are actively hiding, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with someone you deeply care about. Please support our channel so we can continue to bring you the unfiltered, raw science they absolutely do not want you to know.